Okay, so good morning, everybody. I'm Charlamagne Armstrong, Kiss Wealth Now, and I am so happy and just honored and humbled that Tammy, you reached out to me to let us know the updated guidelines going forward with the down payment assistance program for DHAP. So, Kiss Wealth Now, Gulf Financial Services, we partner with DHAP, the city of Dallas, for many, many years. I can't even tell you how many, a lot. But so today we wanted to take the time to talk about the program and let the community know how we want to be of service and basically just in summation how to make home ownership affordable. So with that being said, Tammy, we're going to let you introduce yourself and tell us all the good news.
Sure. So, good morning. Good morning. My name is Tammy Southall. I am a housing program manager here with the City of Dallas. I manage the Dallas Homebuyer Assistance Program. On yesterday, Dallas City Council approved a number of changes and extension to the Dallas Homebuyer Assistance Program that we're really excited about. Under the Dallas Homebuyer Assistance Program, also known out in the industry as DHAP, there are three different extensions of the program. We have our traditional DHAP program, which serves households with incomes up to 80% of the area median income. This particular program is funded with federal funds. Um, you can get one of the changes yesterday was increasing the subsidy from 40,000 to up to $50,000 in assistance for down payment and closing costs. Part of the traditional DHAP program, there are actually two levels of income of assistance that you can receive. If you purchase in a high opportunity area, and those are areas within the city of Dallas where the poverty rates are at or below 20%, a home buyer can actually access up to $60,000 in assistance.
Okay.
Anywhere else within the city is now up to 50,000 in assistance.
And
Uh,
so, quick
I'm sorry, go
question.
ahead.
So that targeted area, is there a specific zip code, or how are you guys identifying that?
It's based on the census tract, the poverty rates within a census tract. So
Gotcha.
it doesn't, it's not necessarily any particular targeted areas. It's just that wherever there's within a census tract where the poverty rates are at or below 20%.
Okay, and I just wanted to put that clarification out there because I don't want anybody to come out and say, "Well, I'm ready to get this 60,000."
Right.
My neighbor don't make a lot of money.
Right.
It is
Exactly.
actually something that we would actually provide for them.
Oh, right, exactly, exactly. Our second program that we have available is our Targeted Incentive Home Buyer Program. That program is targeted for those who are public servants or those who are working in the community. So we include in that particular program those who are in educational instruction, those who are in librarian services, healthcare, technical and support positions, and protective services to include fire, police, if they are security officers, um, um, guards at a prison. So any type of protective service position would qualify for this particular program. With this program, it allows for a higher income applicant. So the applicants have to be, their household income has to be at least 80%, but not more than 120% of the area median income.
And that is
And
great. That's a
right,
huge increase.
exactly. And the funding we have available is up to $50,000 in assistance.
Wow.
And then the third program that we have that was just approved on yesterday is an anti-displacement homebuyer assistance program, and we're going to call it DHAP 10.
DHAP 10.
DHAP 10, that's correct.
Okay.
This particular program, we're looking for, or we're targeting current Dallas residents who might be looking outside of the city for affordable housing. So we want to keep them within the city of Dallas. So for this particular program, they have to be a current resident of the city of Dallas and have lived in the city limits for a period of 10 years. Doesn't have to be consecutive 10 years, as long as it's a collective of 10 years total that they have lived within the city of Dallas. One thing about this particular program, it will also allow for higher income. So the household income starting at a minimum of 50% of the area median income, but not more than 120% of the
Got
area median income. And then the assistance that we're providing is, again, up to $50,000 in assistance.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay.
And that is, I mean, that right there is huge, just, that can take a person from not qualifying for a home in Dallas to very much so qualifying for a home.
Exactly.
And then now going back to the public service, if someone works for the city of Dallas, is there anything special that they need to do to get that approval if they're wanting to take advantage of those funds? Because I know previously that was something that, we had to make sure that we got clearance for.
Right. So city employees, unless they are in a protected service type position, they would not qualify for the targeted incentive program. However, they can qualify for either the traditional DHAP if their household income is 80% or below the area median income, or they can qualify for the anti-displacement program by having lived in the city of Dallas for a period of 10 years.
Okay.
So they have two options available.
Gotcha. So, and that is very, very helpful, because I know before, like I said, we've had people and we're like, okay, well, we got to make sure we get that approval.
Exactly.
and so sometimes that could be, we want to work on that ahead of time instead of behind the time.
Right.
Now,
exactly.
Now probably the biggest thing is, I tell a lot of people that we work, simultaneously with you in this process. We're both working, we have the loan that we're working on, and then we're working on those funds.
Okay.
So what does that application time look like now with you guys? Obviously, like I said, it would be, we're working simultaneous, but when a person comes to your office, what is it that they are going to have to do to get access to those funds?
So first, applicants must pre-qualify with us to make sure that they do meet the income requirements for each of these programs. So we have an online application available on our website. Our website is www.dallascityhall.com/DHAP.
Right.
So on the site, on the homepage there, there is the link to get into our application system. We also have a list of required documents that they need to provide. These documents can actually be uploaded into our online system. But as far as qualifying, part of the qualifications, we do require that the home buyers take at least 8 hours of home buyer education from a HUD certified counseling agency. We do have a list of, I think, 4 or 5 on our website that they can check with to get their class schedules and register for a class. But as long as the counseling agency is HUD certified, we will accept that education course. They are, of course, will be provided a certificate of completion that is valid for 1 year. We will, they can take in-person classes, or we will also accept online courses as well.
Just HUD certified.
Exactly. COVID helped us, made that change for us, because everyone was locked in, so there weren't any in-person classes. So, but they have the option to attend in person or online. Then they're also required to have mortgage pre-qualification from DHAP approved mortgage lender. And we have a list available on our website. There's probably 20 to 25 different banks and mortgage companies. And Go Financial, thankfully, is one of our approved lenders. So
like a big star next to us.
Exactly.
And a big heart. And
exactly. So the applicants must have mortgage pre-qualification from one of the approved lenders. So we'll go through the pre-qualification process to make sure that they meet our income requirements for our program. That usually takes up to a week to make sure that we're getting all of the required documents that we need to get that process complete. Now, once the home buyer has an executed sales contract and the mortgage company does the underwriting and has approval for the primary loan on the application, the mortgage company then will submit to us required loan documents for us to review and to do an underwrite to determine the exact need for that home buyer to close that we're going to provide at closing. So that process can take from the moment that we receive the loan documents from the mortgage company. It can take any from 30 to 45 days to get the home buyer to closing.
Right.
So as home buyers are writing, or as realtors are writing contracts, it would be helpful if they would put maybe at least a 60-day closing in the sales contracts.
Right, because it takes a long time to wire or send that check for that 50 or $60,000. I'm just teasing.
Exactly. Yeah, then we have an internal process that we have to go through.
Correct.
We have
Couple of signatures.
yeah, if it's a really great loan packet that we receive, you're meeting our ratio requirements, everything is there, we can probably get the buyer closed within 30 days.
Right.
So, but it just depends on the quality of the loan package that we get from the mortgage lender.
Right.
Back to the underwriting, another change that was made yesterday in City Council, we changed our minimum, our front end ratio requirement is now at 35%. So as long as the housing payment does not exceed 35% of the borrower's monthly gross income is now changed in the program.
And that's huge. That 35% on the front is, again, going to make more buyers eligible for homeownership again, and establishing that need. And I love that you had said that, when you review the package, you guys are establishing the need of that client.
Exactly.
Some people think, okay, there's this money here, I just want all of it. But make sure that there's enough money to go around for everybody.
Exactly. You may not need the full 40,000 or 50,000. Maybe you only need 25 or 30,000.
Right, and you may need full 60. You just may
maybe you need 40. Exactly. So the funding, it will help buyers, give them a little bit more of buying power. So they might be able to purchase a little bit more home that they normally might qualify for.
Correct.
But it is based on need. So we do let our buyers know that it is based on need. So that is pretty much it. One other thing I wanted to mention about the sales price of the homes. So with the traditional DHAP program, because it is federally funded, HUD sets sales price limit. So right now, the sales price limit is $271,000, and that's for either an existing property or new construction.
Gotcha.
We do anticipate that to change. It changes annually. Usually we get updates in June. So hopefully within the next few months, we'll get an update and it'll increase some more so that, be more reasonable what the current market carries.
Right.
Now for the targeted incentive program and for the anti-displacement program, we're not putting a sales price limit in place there.
Okay.
The sales price is going to be determined by the mortgage lender based on your qualifying income that you're using and the home buyer's credit. So you'll set that number for them. Just know that their housing payment cannot exceed more than 35% of their gross income.
And those two exemptions, again, was for anyone that's purchasing in a targeted area or an anti-displacement area?
The targeted incentive program, yes, or the anti-displacement program.
Okay. All right. Then there's no limit to the sales price.
That's correct.
Okay. And then my other question is, with these new numbers, is there a estimated number that the city, as far as things that can help as far as families, like what is y'all's goal? How many families do y'all think y'all can help with these new numbers? Obviously, they've been down in the past. Mm-hmm. So with these new program changes, you guys will be able to help more people.
Exactly. So with the traditional DHAP program, we have funding available to assist about 20 households.
Okay.
With the targeted incentive program, I'm going to say probably about 5 households.
Okay.
For that particular program. And then with the anti-displacement program, we have funding available to serve up to 20 households.
Okay. So we can definitely help a lot of people. So we need to basically hurry up and get these people in, get these reservations before it's And then, you guys, in summation, the process is seamless. And as Tammy said, if it's a great clean file, it can be closed in 30 days. If there's some other things that, maybe requires a little extra work, it'd be 60. I just have another question that popped in my head. The inspection, how are those going with this program with the city?
So all of the, every home that comes through or any purchase property that comes through any of these programs will require a minimum housing standard inspection. All homes must meet minimum standards. So we will send out city inspectors to go out and inspect those properties. Usually they can, once we receive a request to get the inspection done, they will contact the property access person within 48 hours to get that scheduled.
Okay.
Any repairs that are needed must be completed prior to closing. Now, we do recommend to our home buyers to hire their own trek inspector. It's not a requirement of the program, but it is highly recommended that they do so.
It definitely is. Now, we got some questions online, so I just want to read those. The first one, and thank you guys who are watching and asking questions. So Kelvin asked, is it a forgivable grant or repayable? So
on all three programs, it is a forgivable loan. With the traditional DHAP program, it depends on the amount of assistance that the home buyer receives. So the forgiveness or the affordability period basically will be either 5, 10, or 15 years, depending on the amount of assistance that's received. It will be forgiven on an annual basis based on the affordability terms of the loan.
Gotcha.
With the targeted incentive and with the anti-displacement program, they're both deferred forgivable loans as well. There's a 5-year affordability period forgiven after 5 years.
Gotcha. Very good. So very good answer. Very good answer. Question, Kelvin. Then the other ones from Steve asked, and we know that I'm going to answer this one. It says, is this program only limited to the city of Dallas? And yes, it is. There are other programs available that would handle outside of the city limits of Dallas, but this particular program definitely does have to be within the city of Dallas. Then another question is from Natasha, and do they have programs like this in Tarrant County? And the answer is yes, Tarrant County does have down payment assistance programs as well. That would mirror what happens here. The amount of the assistance does vary because, again, most of the cities have programs that are based upon need. So not every borrower would get the same amount of funds. And then the next one was minimum credit score. And so this program is worth, as well as the other city grant programs, does not set a minimum credit score per se. That's the lender's job. And so for us, with this particular program, we would like you to have at least a 580 credit score. So these were some great questions from those who are watching. I also wanted to add that this program can be used in conjunction with the mortgage credit certificate program, which has a 20% tax, property tax credit. And so depending on the purchase price of the house, that could be, $110,000. We have one that was as large as $165,000. It definitely depends on the loan amount and the sales price of that home. And then lastly, the new HUD announcement today is that mortgage insurance premiums are being dropped by 30 basis points. So for a family that was going to purchase a home for $265,000, that'd be an additional savings of $800 a year. So if that family got a $110,000 mortgage credit certificate, again, that $800 savings because of the MIP going down, and then $50,000 from the city of Dallas, that's definitely would make homeownership very, very affordable. And be like, what are you waiting on, right? So, Tammy, if they have questions outside of what we've discussed here, because we've covered a lot in a short amount of time, how would they reach out? I mean, obviously, we know the website is dallascityhall.com/DHAP, but if they wanted to call someone, who would they call?
They can contact me directly. My direct number is 214-670-4194.
Gotcha. And then if you guys want to get pre-qualified so you can take advantage of these funds, and you would reach out to me, Charlamagne Armstrong, my phone number 214-738-4913. And then my website to apply online is kisswealthnow.com. And, you guys, please make sure you share this information across your social media platforms, because we definitely want to help as many families as possible. And then if we are able to reserve all those funds, I don't know, will the city unlock some more for us, or we have to wait till the next calendar year?
We have to wait till the next fiscal year.
Okay, can we get to open up that purse just a little bit more?
Exactly.
Well,
let me give my email address as well. So if anyone wants to email me directly, so it's Tammy, TAMMI .Southall, SOUTHALL @dallas.gov.
And the question is, how long have you been with the city of Dallas? I mean, I feel like you've been there for a long time.
Feels like it, but I've actually been with the city of Dallas for 10 years. Now, next month will be 10 years, but prior I was with a nonprofit organization, Enterprise Community Partners, who actually administered the Homebuyer Assistance Program for the city of Dallas for, probably 20 some odd years.
Yeah, and I'm like, really, when you said enterprise, I'm like, I remember them. I was working with them. We've been around for a long time. But, you know, I always say my age, I'm 29 and holding. I don't know
There you
what
go.
all the program changes and names and all that just doesn't matter. So I thank you for sharing this information with us and allowing us to, you know, put it out here to everyone. And then I'll be looking forward to us, you know, doing an in-person meeting as well.
Okay, awesome. Look forward to it.
Okay, guys, y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for the questions. I definitely will be following up. So if you guys have more one-on-one question, say you want to ask for a friend, I can definitely answer all those questions for you guys. So y'all be blessed and thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.